Hi, it's Sonia and Karen here.
We're at the Bonaventure Hotel.
We're at the conference. It's our annual New World Order conference. This year it's called Innovating to Succeed in a New Global Market. Okay, one major difference this year, for us at least, is that we actually have press passes.
Woo!
Yeah, so we're legitimate now. We can go in and listen to the lectures. We can infiltrate the New World Order.
We got press passes. We're legitimate now, Sonia.
We're just infiltrating here. So Karen, tell us, what does the Prime Minister have to say?
Greetings. For the good of all, we must abandon a narrow and self-interested view of sovereignty and embrace an enlightened sovereignty where there is room for every nation to grow and prosper. This forum's focus on building a sound global market addresses obstacles to globalization such as regionalism, protectionism, and market regulation. There is no better place than Canada to discuss issues of financial sector reform, blah, blah, blah.
Sounds like a new definition of sovereignty altogether. Okay, here's some topics that are on the program. Is there room for austerity after stimulus packages? What do you think, Karen?
Always. There's always room for austerity measures, especially in this recovering economy. We must cut spending. So
Yeah, but spending usually gets cut to social programs. Anyway, here's some more things that are on the menu.
are we experiencing a lasting recovery?
Better question is, are we experiencing recovery at all?
Wednesday, June 9th, a global market in transition. What perspectives for the Americas? What is the role of the Americas in the engineering of a global market in transition? Are we entering in an era of world trade wars? Probably not, because they want to integrate and unionize all the continents, and North America will become a North American Union, and the Americas will probably trade very freely amongst the corporations, no problem.
Working breakfast tomorrow. Topic: biodiversity and climate change, a path towards sustainable global economic development. The biodiversity decline the planet is experiencing generates high costs for the world economy. How should we counter rapidly diminishing biological diversity? Well, here's a suggestion. Stop letting Monsanto patent all the seeds. Doing business in Africa. Question: how could business relationships respectful of both tradition and environment be established with Africa? And here's a suggestion: get rid of Monsanto. Because you know what they did in Ethiopia? They went down there and they patented all their seeds and turned them into GMOs, and then they sell them back sterile seeds. And then the government, the local government, shut down the Seeds of Survival seed banks, so that the farmers are really screwed. Economic development, biodiversity, and cultural diversity, respecting new standards. In 2010, International Year of Biodiversity. How ironic. I mean, this is the year of the oil spill, and just about everything is patented by Monsanto. Urban development and the environment. Cities as growth engines. Metropolitan areas will lead the next economy as cities have become key growth engines in the post-industrial world. How can economic development be based on green models of growth, i.e. carbon taxes? How will global governance lead the way to a sustainable future? You heard that? They said it. They said global governance. Health and literacy. Literacy in the area of health is defined as a set of competences required for accessing, understanding, and using information for better health. How could we improve literacy in the area of health? You really believe they want to do that? These are the same people who want to restrict access to information on the internet because it confuses people when it comes to health. Personalized medicine, stakes and opportunities. Personalized medicine carries the promise of improvement in the safety and efficiency of medical treatments adapted to the patient's genetic and biological profile. They're going to profile you genetically to make the medications more safe, because what, you have 300,000 Americans dying every year because of pharmaceuticals? Solution, not to invest more research in alternative and natural medications, but genetically profiling people.
China's consumption boom, challenges and opportunities. Is China's middle class shaping new consumption modes and standards throughout the world? Are we aware that China is rapidly becoming the first world market in terms of automobiles, housing, fashion, health, food, travel, and luxury goods demands? How can Quebec companies take advantage of China's big cities' consumption boom? Well, maybe we should pay back and honor whatever debts we have to China. That might be a nice place to start. Before they come to our land and try and kill us all.
God, Karen, talk about paranoid. Okay, look, just to sum it up, last year there was protesters and we were among them yelling at the Bilderbergers.
Fuck you!
Yeah, but as we found out, this is not a Bilderberg meeting. This is basically just like indoctrination, brainwashing for the business class. And this year, hopefully we're going to be able to go inside and actually attend some of these lectures and see what's really going on. So we'll keep you posted.
I do want to thank Hélène and Paul Desmarais for their contribution, not only to Conference Montréal, but also to giving advice to government, to our government. Paul serves on the Economic Advisory Council. During the time of crisis, I relied on about 10 Canadians with great expertise to give advice, not only about what we should do in terms of fiscal policy, but about what we shouldn't do. And governments need that advice from time to time to avoid making mistakes. And I do appreciate deeply the contribution that both of them have made. Never paid more than $1 per year. 1 loonie per year is our maximum for advice to the government of Canada. I do thank you for advice. So that wasn't much of a critique. But as the Governor of the Bank of Canada, as Mark just said, he and I, by law, have this strange mandate that we must speak to each other. We actually like speaking to each other, but we also must speak to each other. So we do that regularly, and I look forward to the further meetings we're going to have in Canada at the end of this month. Thank you.
So we attended a little bit of the luncheon seminar where the Minister of Finance, Mr. Flaherty, talked about why we're not going to have a bank tax and talked about finances and economics, and honestly that stuff goes right over my head, but you know, it's okay because we're going to talk to Ken Fernandez about that on the radio tonight, and we also got to interview him for a little bit, so he's going to break it down for us. So Karen, did you enjoy infiltrating the globalists?
It was very interesting, especially Jim Flaherty's remark about how he receives advice from Paul Desmarais, who is the president or something of Power Corporation.
And he's a Bilderberger.
He's a Bilderberger and he's sponsoring this event.
Very interesting. More to come.